Hello, friends. Welcome back to Shadow Play Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Make yourselves at home. There is plenty of content to catch up on. And if you want to see more future spouse readings, there's definitely a playlist for this topic. And if you're returning, well, my babies, you already know how I feel about you. I appreciate you so much coming back and spending more of your precious time with me here. I love hanging out with you, and it's also my hope you enjoy your time while you're here, friends. And so let's get to today's reading. We do have a little future spouse reading. We are going to be looking into your first date with this person. So this reading isn't going to heavily focus on who this person is. We are going to be asking a little bit about them, but we are going to be focusing more heavily on your time with them and what your first date is going to be like. Let's try to have fun with it, but it's still a collective reading. So if you're not vibing with the energy that I'm reading today, if it just sounds confusing or like it's not, you can't imagine yourself in a situation like the one I'm describing, that's okay, friends. All of those are just indicators that it may not be your story today. But with that being said, you guys know what to do. We have three groups to choose from. We have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. Whenever you're ready, I'll meet you at your reading. Hello, my group number 1s. If you picked the sticker, then welcome to your reading, friends. Today, we're going to be looking into your first date with your future spouse. We are going to be asking the question, what is the energy between you and this person as you're getting connected, as you're planning this date? And then we're going to be looking into what's actually going to happen. What can you expect the first time that you hang out with this person and you go out with them? As always, though, friends, it is a collective reading on YouTube, so please use your own discernment. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. If I happen to be describing a situation that you can't imagine yourself part of, or it sounds confusing to you, those are all indicators that it's probably not your story today. If you do want to check out more future spouse readings, I do have a whole playlist dedicated to them. Lord knows I love me a good little future spouse reading. I think they're so fun. So yeah, if you guys want to see more, I'll continue to expand this series. I don't like to oversaturate it with future spouse readings, but I'm definitely down to do them, every few months or so. All right, with that being said, my babies, thank you so much for being here today. I hope you guys are doing well. And thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number 1s. Messages for my group number 1s, please. All right, let's tap in. My group number 1s, their future spouse. What can we know? What can you tell us? What's the energy between my group number 1s and their future spouse leading up to their first date together? What's going on between them? What can we know? What can you tell us? What can we know about my group number 1s and their connection with their future spouse leading up to their first date? What can we know about them and this person? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number 1s. What can we know? What can you tell us? What's the energy like between them leading up to their first date together? Messages for my group number 1s. It's their first date with their future spouse. What's the energy between them leading up to it? What's their energy leading up to their first date? Okay, so your future spouse seems like pretty gung-ho. So you guys have already talked. You guys already know what each other's, I'm going to say, at least basic interests. Now, to me, when I say basic interest, it's like, well, I know that they like to do this, or I know that they like to go there, because you guys have already talked about this. You've already talked about what you like doing. I do feel like this person leading up to the date, you're offering up information, but I think it's because they're nudging you. So this might even be before they even ask you to go out with them. This might even be that they pay attention and they heard you talking about something that you did with your girlfriends, or that you did with a group or friends, or that you wish you could do. There's almost like something here you guys have already talked about. So this person has like a major heads up that I think they're going to use to their advantage. Tell me why the Emperor. Messages for my group number 1s. What's the energy like between them and their future spouse leading up to their first date together? Why the Emperor? 8 of Cups in reverse. Why the Knight of Wands? Tell me about the Queen of Swords. Why the Nine of Cups? All right, so this person is trying to make something happen with you, babe, and you're not getting it. You're either like, I don't know. You're coming off as being kind of funny. I mean, I like it because it's Queen of Swords. I think the Queen of Swords is pretty hilarious, especially when they're getting approached by an emperor, because this Queen of Swords is going to be able to hold her own, taking gender out of it. This is someone that can speak their mind, is very upfront. It's like, no beating around the bush. Oh, are you asking me out? It's almost like that, like, oh, well, why didn't you just say so? It doesn't have to be so brunt, but there is a sense here of you're just la 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 la. You're just might even be talking about what you did or what you want to do. And this person's like taking notes, and I don't think you even notice. And now I do think you're interested, but I don't think that your approach to it is in a way where you actually realize that this person is trying to gather information on you to come up with a plan or take you somewhere that they know that you're going to like. Now, this is giving the energy of you work with them or you see them somewhere or you guys are talking casually and you happen to mention, oh, yeah, this band is coming to town and me and my friend are going. And then a part of them's like, damn, like I would have wanted to take group number one. Again, you're dropping hints without realizing that you're dropping hints. Because I do think that you're just minding your business. It's kind of funny. Now, the other thing that's coming through is I kind of feel like you're at a place where time, you don't have too much of it, or you're working a lot, or I keep hearing like concert or band or something, maybe like tickets are too expensive. There is something here that is coming up that you have like, yeah, this is happening, or I want to do this, but, and then kind of fill in the blank. Um, you and this person are vibing. I do think that you guys enjoy talking to each other. And there's almost like this feeling of, I enjoy hearing what makes you excited. Or, again, I feel like this person is just being really observant. Um, let's see. Why the Three of Cups? Messages for my group number ones. Why the Three of Cups? What's the vibe between them? And tell me why the Ten of Cups in reverse. Yeah, so here's the thing. You guys aren't necessarily speaking directly about making plans. This person is, I just heard hunter gatherer. This person is getting information. They're gathering information. Um, yeah, and you're offering it up without maybe even fully realizing. Yeah, no, you don't know. Judgment reverse. So this is kind of like a blind spot that you have, my babies, my group ones. I just heard this is just kind of how you are. This is what you do. This isn't a first time that you're kind of oblivious to something. Now, if you're highly aware that this person is interested in you, then let's say that you may not be aware that this person has been paying attention or made note of something. It's almost, I do think they're going to catch you by surprise. And I do think that it pulls at your heartstrings. Now, this could also be feeling like you don't think that this person might say, oh, we should do that, or oh, you should take me sometime. Like, you know how sometimes when we're having conversation, people will just say that and it's never really an actual plan. It's never something that we actually follow through on. I'm not saying all the time. I'm just saying, I'm sure it's happened once or twice in your life. Or yeah, we should get lunch or we should do that thing, and then that thing never happens. Maybe it's something like that where you kind of feel like this person's, it's that thing is never going to happen. I don't know. This person feels pretty set. This person is pretty set. They're going to keep bringing it up, or they're going to bring it up again. Why the Emperor with the Eight of Cups in reverse? Five of Wands. One more. Yeah, so this person has fumbled in some way where they came off as getting argumentative instead of, I don't want to say argumentative, but I do think that you were like, oh, well, I can't do that because this, that, and that. Or then you got serious and they're like, oh, so they kind of like shut down a little bit, but that's not your problem. They just have to kind of figure that out. I do feel like that was kind of an issue at some point, or that energy is kind of coming up. You and this person are vibing though. You're having a good time. Let's see. You're not really talking. What are you not talking about? Why the Ten of Cups in reverse with the Page of Swords in reverse? King of Wands. Hermit reverse. Because this person isn't being upfront about wanting to see you again, or wanting to connect with you outside of where they know you. Because there is a feeling here of needing to make plans, and this person chickens out at some point. I do think that they do. But I think it might be, like I said, because maybe you kind of do get a little defensive. I mean, maybe not, but I am picking up that someone is. Because you just don't realize. I don't think that you realize that this person is trying to trying to take you out or trying to like come into your life. There is something here about miscommunication, or I don't know if you guys, yeah, this person, they suck at communicating. That it's either frustrating or they don't really like texting or anything like that. All right. Why do I kind of feel like this person's going to fumble, or there's a possibility of them fumbling? Coming through as a strong fire sign, doesn't have to be, but Aries, Leo, Sag. We also have Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, and then we have some air. We have Sagittarius. Actually, we have everyone because that Queen of Pentacles is here too. So earth, air, and fire. All right. Well, let's see what your first date is going to be like. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number ones. What's their first date with their future spouse going to be like? What can they expect? What's their first date with their future spouse going to be like? What can my group number ones expect? What's their first date with their future spouse going to be like? What can they expect? What's going to happen on their first date? What can they expect? Oh my goodness. Not some bumps in the road. I don't know. The cards didn't really, they weren't flowing. We'll see what that's about. Messages for my group ones. Their first date with their future spouse. What can they expect? What's going to happen? All right. We have 8 of Swords in reverse, 7 of Swords in reverse. Oh, I really like that. That feels comfortable. That feels like yeah, you're at peace. So you guys are going to have a chill first date. Four of Swords, 4 of Cups, and the Devil. What else? What can we know about their first date? What's going to happen? Why the 8 of Swords in reverse? The Star. Okay, I like it. Why the 4 of Swords? So you guys are looking good, feeling good. You're really comfortable around this person. There's a sense here of you drop your guard. Things here are not awkward between you guys. Why the 4 of Cups? Oh, this person's going to take you to do something that it's unexpected and it's exciting. This could be something a little, for some of you, maybe it's something a little naughty. Like maybe they're taking you to, I don't know, like a strip club, or maybe they're taking you to, I don't know, maybe there's drinking. Doesn't have to be. Maybe they're taking you to some kind of party, somewhere to indulge, somewhere to indulge. We're going to see what that is. Yeah, this person's like, I know where to take you. So you guys could be having a very chill like afternoon or night or whatever, and they're asking you, well, do you want to hang out, or, what do you want to do? And you're kind of like indifferent. I almost feel like you're taking the day. We're going to take yeah, no, this person's going to take you somewhere. They're paying. Why the 8 of Swords in reverse with the Queen of Wands? What's my group number one's energy? Their first date? Because they didn't tell you. Interesting. Okay, some of you guys might be like, well, like, what should I dress for? Because there is this feeling here of this person's like, I know where I'm going to take you, or I know where I want to take you. And they're not maybe giving you too many details. But the other thing is, for some of you, they might be taking you somewhere to make up for something else. It's almost like, I've always wanted to do this with you, or we've always talked about it, so we're going to go do this thing. I want to tell you guys, you feel very secure and very confident during your date. So you're happy with, what you're wearing, or how you look, or how you're presenting yourself. And I think that this person is also putting you at ease. But I do think that it takes them a minute to loosen up. So maybe that's why they're taking you somewhere that's more their element. Why the Four of Swords with the Nine of Wands in reverse? We have this could also be a last minute date. You could be at home hanging out. You haven't heard from them. You may even like kind of be thinking about them and then they kind of pop in. Yeah, Two of Cups. This person might reach out and be like, hey, what are you doing? It's almost like I'm not doing anything. You're not doing anything. Do you want to hang out? For some of you guys, it is like that. And it's going to move fast. It's going to go like, yeah, it's going to go from nothing is happening to we're out about, we're having a good time. Yeah, this person wants to impress you. So both of you guys are having a really, really good time. What are they going to do? Where are they going to go? Messages for my group ones, their first date with their future spouse. What are they going to do? Where are they going to go? Knight of Swords. You guys are going somewhere. This is somewhere where you're not, I'm going to say the most comfortable, but that just means it's not necessarily your element, or it's something, it's a place that you're not familiar with. This could be on a side of town you don't normally go to. This could be a place that you've heard of, but you've never been. This could be in a neighborhood that you normally wouldn't go into wherever you live. It just might be different, or it might be, yeah, it just, there's a feeling here of taking you slightly out of your element, but they're very excited or they're very comfortable. So this tells me that this is familiar ground to them and they're teaching you something. It's almost like, let me show you around. Here, you should try this. It's almost like they're telling you what to order. They're suggesting things. All right. Yeah, this person's like driving. I feel like they're the ones taking you. Anything else? What's their first date going to be like? The Lovers, Seven of Cups. Wow. Afterwards, you're going to be like, what was that? Why is my group number ones emotionally reacting? Empress reverse, the Moon. Because something doesn't go the way that you would have wanted it to. Maybe there's just fears here over, like, afraid of getting caught up in something that turns out to be nothing, or this person doesn't feel the same. There's fears that creep up. What else? Why the Nine of Cups in reverse? Ace of Swords, Hierophant. Oh, because I feel like there's something here that's very clear about commitment. One more. Temperance reverse, Ten of Cups reverse, High Priestess. This person's family could be an issue. If it's not family, it could be their culture, their race, traditions, or someone's role, or someone maybe you don't feel like they would commit. Maybe, but there is frustration here over family or children. And it feels like you kind of already know this. Three of Swords and Emperor. It's this person's position, their position in life or their career. So you're afraid to kind of fully, yeah, you have your reservations and your hesitations here. And they come bubbling to the surface after this date because you have a good time with them. But at the same time, you're like, well, where can this go? Or what is this? Because there's a lot of confusion afterwards. It's like it goes so good, or the vibes are so good between you guys that it leaves you a little confused, or it leaves you emotionally maybe trying to shut this person out because you don't know if maybe they'd be good for you, or they could give you what you want and what you need. This person they keep coming up as an emperor, and the king's upright, which is good. It's at the King of Swords in reverse. And I feel like that just has to do with this person. Maybe they have some regrets, or they have an issue with communication. But it does feel like this person is very loyal and they're very serious about the things that they are responsible for, whether that is career, a department, or their home or their family, finances, all that kind of stuff. All right, messages for my group number ones, please. Their first date with their future spouse. Messages for my group number ones. What was that? Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. So yeah, this relationship's going to possibly require some compromise early on. We have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So choosing yourself first. We have express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. And we have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So there is something different about this person, friends. Yeah, we could tell. All right, let's get you guys some charms before we send you on your way. All right, thank you, Spirit. Okay, no, the wisdom, look at the wisdom tooth was clinging on to dear life, but it didn't want to come through. So some lessons perhaps. We have 5. So something about the number 5. 5 months, 5 years. That's also the month of May. And that's Hierophant energy as well. All right, we have diamond. Someone could be a diamond in the rough, or someone could, I almost said jeweler. Maybe someone works in jewelry or something like that. All right, we have Marge and Homer in the donut. So a little married couple there living in Springfield. And then we have Batman and Catwoman. I love it. So yeah, confirmation here. You guys definitely have, I feels like an energetic pull towards each other that I think is going to be the thing that almost keeps you, I don't want to say trying, but we have give your relationship a chance, you know. I do think that you are going to work on it. And then we have sad girl Sally. So lots of thoughts coming up, especially after that first date. The what ifs or the, which I think is normal, but maybe this just helps as confirmation and validation as to maybe who this person is or where you're at in the journey, or just gives you something to look forward to next time you go out on a date. All right, my group number ones, that's what I have for you today. I appreciate you being here so much today. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my group number 2s. If you picked the sticker, then welcome to your reading, friends. Today we're going to be looking into your first date with your future spouse and what can you expect. My group number 2s, this reading is not going to heavily focus on who this person is, but we are going to be looking into what the energy between you and this person is leading up to your first date. And then we're going to be looking into that first date and seeing what can you expect and what's going to happen. As always, though, this is a collective reading. So if you're not vibing with the energy that I'm reading today, if it sounds confusing to you and it's just not making sense, those are all indicators that it is not your story today. That's okay. That does happen sometimes. Besides that, though, let's try to have fun with it. Let's see what we can learn about what kind of good time you're going to have with your future spouse. My group number 2 is my babies. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Let's get to it. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number 2s. Messages for my group 2s, please. Their future spouse. My group number 2s, their future spouse. What can we know? What can you tell us? What's the energy going to be like between my group number 2s and their future spouse leading up to their first date? What's going to be going on between them? Messages for my group number 2s. What can we know? My group number 2's future spouse. What's going on between them leading up to this first date? Thank you, Spirit. What's going to be going on between them leading up to this first date? Messages for my group number 2s. We have the 3 of Wands. Okay. Watching, waiting. So this is someone that you're just waiting for them to make a move. 7 of Wands. So this is someone that it takes a while for things to get moving. This person has a thing with rejection, or, there's some kind of complex that they're kind of going to have to work through, because I feel like they're going to be nonchalanting so hard, or they're just not going to be making a move that you're going to be like, well, good luck with that. I do think this is someone that you're texting with, or you guys follow each other online. And I do think they're in your awareness, but I don't want to say you're not paying them much mind. Maybe you are, but I think you're like, no, you're at a point where like someone's going to have to make a move towards you because you're not making a move towards them. Now, this person, there's this feeling here where they want validation, or, where that things aren't one-sided, or maybe that's even how you feel too. You guys could even be like mirroring each other when it's like, well, they haven't showed me that they like me or that they're interested in me, you know, and maybe you're also hiding it, and like vice versa. Because I feel like things here haven't really moved forward between you guys at this point. All right, here's this watching each other. You guys are watching each other's stories, or you're keeping an eye on each other online, or you're talking. Maybe you guys are even long distance for some of you. That's a smaller percentage, of course, but there is this feeling here of communicating. All right, we have the Fool, the Three of Cups in reverse. So you guys are talking and we're beating around the bush. And this person is nervous. They don't want to show it, but they are. You know, I think you also get like butterflies, you know, hearing from this person or talking, but you're also like, what's their deal? Or what is this? Like, are they going to make a move or not? So there is a sense of giddiness, but there's also a sense of, okay, well, they're going to have to do something. Tell me why the Seven of Wands. What's the energy between my group number twos and their future spouse leading up to their first date? Why the Seven of Wands? Because it's confusing. Because every time you see them, it doesn't really kind of go anywhere. Or every time you guys talk, there's this feeling here of it's like it's almost like you leave room for it and then they don't kind of step through, you know, where it's like you leave an opening for them to be like, hey, we should go do that together sometime. And it's like they're not doing it. So you're like, well, that's that. So there might even be a period of time where you stop talking to this person. I think this person doesn't tell you how they feel, and it kind of ends up getting old. Yeah, because there's a feeling here where there's like failure to launch because someone's ignoring their feelings or someone is ignoring something. It's someone's rejection. Yeah, thank you, Spirit. They just confirmed it with the moon following that Four of Cups. It's a fear of rejection. So that's going to affect your time with this person. Or no, I'm sorry. That's going to affect you getting to the point of having your first date with them. And what I meant to say when I said your time with this person is the timeline with this person. I do think that you get to know this person before you go out on a date with them. You're going to be spending time or energy, or you're going to be investing in this. For some of you guys, this could be weeks or months. Don't get scared. That's not for everybody, but this is someone that you are talking to for a little bit of an extended amount of time, because it's long enough for you to see if they do anything with it, and they don't. So you get kind of over it. Why the Seven of Wands with the Seven of Cups? What's the energy between them leading up to their first date? Yeah, because it feels like someone, you know, it's like we have romantic feelings, but at the same time, the way that we're showing them, it's mixed messages. And there's this feeling here of in and out, back and forth, and it takes this person a while. Leo, it's their ego. We have Leo and Aries, Pisces, Virgo coming through the strongest. What else, please? What's the energy between my group number twos and their future spouse leading up to their first date? So someone could be very adamant and being like, we're just friends. We're just friends. They don't like me like that, or we don't like each other like that. We're just friends. For the longest time, you guys could be lying to yourselves or each other or even other people. We're just friends. No, no, no. It's not like that. All right. That's what I'm picking up on very strongly in your group. Very yeah, the story almost leaves no room for side stories to come through. My group number twos, let's get into it. Well, now that we know a little bit about what it's going to be like between you and them leading up to this first date, let's see what kind of time you're going to have together. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number twos, please. Their first date with their future spouse. What can we know? What can you tell us? What's going to happen on their first date with their future spouse? What can they expect? What's their date going to be like? What can they expect? Their first date with their future spouse. Messages for my group number twos. Their first date with their future spouse. What's it going to be like? What can they expect? Messages for my group number twos. Their first date with their future spouse. What are they going to do? Ooh, you guys are going to have fun. Why the Knight of Wands? Oh, I didn't even mean to say why the Knight of Wands, so we weren't even there yet. The devil, that doesn't surprise me. Messages for my group number twos. What are they going to do on their first date? What can they expect? So this is the group that's going to go like dancing or to a bar, or we're going to indulge. If you guys are not into dancing or drinking and you're a foodie, then this person's going to take you to the biggest buffet that your eyes can that your little eye hungry eyes could even handle, you know? So replace whatever I'm talking about with what your thing is. But this is giving the vibe of let's have fun. Let's have fun. Let's dance. I've been wanting to dance with you. I've been wanting this for a long time, is what is, yeah, this person, they've been fiending for this. It's almost like they're trying to hide how excited they actually are. It's actually really cute. Libra and Capricorn and Leo coming through strongly. Why the Knight of Wands? What's their first date going to be like? What's their first date going to be like? What are they going to do? Why the Knight of Wands? Yeah, this person knows exactly what they want to do. They already have a plan. Why the Devil? Why Justice? I do think that they want inhibitions lowered. I do feel, like I said, if they drink, I think this is what they kind of want to do. It's almost like, let me unwind, let me relax. This person is pretty controlling, I will say. So it's almost like they have the idea or the plan. They're like, let's do this, let's do that. This person's going to keep you out pretty late till the sun comes up, till the sun's starting to come up, or it's getting close to that. Yeah. Oh my God. Don't you guys love it? Our connection that we have here with my guides, your guides, and how they communicate with us so beautifully. You guys, look, literally, as I'm saying, the sun's going to be coming up and then we get sleep. You guys might even fall asleep with this person in the morning, you know. I'm not necessarily seeing intimacy on the first date. I mean, maybe, but this almost feels like one of those nights that's just one of those epic nights where we just had a crazy night. We were dancing, we were singing, or we were, you know, doing whatever. And then we're coming outside, we're stumbling outside, and then we look up and it's like twilight, you know? It's like the sun's about to come out. Is that twilight when the sun's about to come out? Or is that, yeah, it is, right? um I like it. This person's going to keep you up all night or out all night. Tell me about the Knight of Wands. What are they going to do? Yeah, this is going to be a long date. Yeah, this is going to be a date that feels like it's 3 dates in one. Listen, in certain cultures, I know for sure, like Korean cultures, like clubbing and then going to a spa to detox and then coming out in the morning. That's something that they do, and it's so cool. And other places do it as well. But maybe it's something like that. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to go to a spa, but I do feel like your night has phases to it, where it's almost like, wow, that could have actually been 3 separate dates because we went out to dinner. That was phase one. We hung out, and then we decided, hey, let's keep it going. Let's go over here. And this person's like, oh, I know where to go. And they take you dancing, or they take you to karaoke, or they take you. Now, the reason I'm bringing up things like this is because it does seem like it's exciting things. Now, if you guys live out in the middle of nowhere and your exciting thing is, I don't know, going, I don't know, shooting arrows or something. I don't know. It's like replace it with whatever you guys find exciting. But there is this feeling here of we're doing one thing, we're enjoying it, and then we switch it up. And it feels like it's long and drawn out. I do think you're spending a long day slash date with this person. The devil, this to me feels that you guys overconsume or you overindulge. You're having a really good time. Tell me about the devil in their first date. The star reverse, the 8 of Wands in reverse. So this tells me this is for those of you that possibly like drinking is a thing, or partying, you know, overindulging in that way. It could be that for sure, because there's something here about how the time passes. And you guys are having a good time, and it feels like inhibitions are lowered, especially for this person. Tell me about Justice and the 5. That is also telling me, I feel like you guys I'm not picking up that there's going to be intimacy on the first date. And that could also be the drawing the line. There's a lot of lust, a lot of desire, but we're not going there. Yeah, you and this person are pretty carefree. There is no, I have to get up early tomorrow, or I have to do this, or I have to do that. It's like if you have a dog at home waiting for you, it's like they're taken care of. Like I don't think this is feeling like I gotta go. It feels like it almost feels like a magical moment in time that comes together for you and this person, and it allows you to have this experience. So this experience is going to be really important to the foundation of either um, initially connecting with this person or pushing it over to the next level of, okay, this person is different, or this connection is something that I do want, or this is someone that it's like I think there's just realizations that happen afterwards, and this just ends up feeling like a magical kind of thing. So yeah, this person, I definitely think you guys are going out celebrating. Maybe you guys are even doing, I don't know, maybe it's like an all day like festival, like a music festival or something, because it does feel like there is a lot to do, or there's a lot of excitement. Now, like I said, if that's not part of your lifestyle or your culture or wherever you live, then replace it with something that is, because it does feel like you guys are having a good time, right? Like I said, I definitely think that you're gonna stay up all night. Tell me about the King of Wands with the Nine of Swords. Magician, yeah, because this person is showing you like you guys are having a good time until the sun comes up. Tell me about the sun and the Four of Swords. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Cups. I had a great time, but I am so tired. It is time for me to sleep, and I actually do have to go to work later. I can't believe I stayed up all night. Oh my gosh, it is 6 in the morning, and I have to be at work at 11 or 1, something like that. It doesn't feel like it's right away, but it feels like, you know what, this is it. I gotta be done with this now. I love it. That's what I'm picking up on. Okay, like I said, it's going to be different scenarios for everybody, but I am getting this feeling that you're going to have several dates in one night, and it's going to be one of those epic nights. I do think you're going to have a good time, and I'm seeing a lot of you. It does feel like it's like dancing or karaoke or being silly. Even if you guys aren't out somewhere, say that you do live somewhere that's kind of secluded. So you and this person are having a date, like, just hanging out at the back of a truck or something. Then maybe you guys are like looking up funny YouTube videos and like, I don't know, playing a game or like singing. You're having a good time, um, is what I'm picking up on. Okay. But like I said, there's phases to it. So you guys are going to be doing different things. This person's keeping you up. Yeah, they're keeping you up. They're showing you a really good time. My group number twos, I almost called you threes. That was interesting. We have Leo and Aries coming through. We also have Capricorn and Aquarius, Libra, heavy on the air signs, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. All right, my group number twos. That was fun. Let's get you guys some oracle cards and some charms before we close out your reading. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number twos, please. Their first date with their future spouse. My group number twos, their first date with their future spouse. All right, we have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. All right. We have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic love life. Very interesting. I wonder if these are things you guys are going to bond over, or if these are things that come up after kind of meeting this person. We have passion. So lots of passion between you and them. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And last one is attraction. So there's a lot of mutual attraction between you and this person, but it does take a long time. Maybe that's the family issues as well. Maybe that's why it takes them a while. All right. Thank you, Spirit. All right. There could be a past relationship that needs letting go or healing. This does say hexes for exes and then the healing family issues. So past past energies coming through. We also have the hopeful birdie, so breaking out of toxicity or addictions that could be affecting things. We have the star with the talon coming through. This always gives me Aquarius energy. King of Swords, especially. Someone here could be really smart, very intellectual. Something about your guys' conversations as well. This person also feels like once they have their eye on something, they go for it. So I think this person moves kind of slow though. All right. But like I said, it feels like when it's go time, it's go time. All right. We have this sadness wearing the cure. So someone here could be in their feels. Someone could like the cure. And then we have La Mami. So parenthood coming through, Empress energy as well. And then we have Miss Argentina. If I knew then what I knew now. So hindsight and lessons being learned. Again, something about the past. All right, my group number twos, that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it resonated. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my group number threes. If you picked the sticker, then welcome to your reading, friends. Today, we're going to be looking into your first date with your future spouse. We are going to begin this reading by checking in on the energy between you and this person leading up to your first date. And then, what are you guys going to be doing? What's your first date going to be like? As always, though, friends, it is a collective reading on YouTube, so please use your own discernment. If you're not vibing with the energy that I'm picking up on today, if it just doesn't make sense to you or you can't imagine yourself, being a part of whatever it is I'm describing, that's okay. That just probably means it's not for you today. Besides that, let's try to have fun with it. I did mention in the intro, this reading does not focus heavily on who this person is. We have other readings for that. I do have a whole future spouse playlist if you want to check those out if you haven't already. If you want me to keep adding to this series, let me know down below. I'd love to hear from you. And my babies, let's get to it. Thank you so much for joining me here today. And thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number threes. Messages for my group threes, please. Messages for my group number threes. Their future spouse, please. Let's tap into my group number threes and the energy of their future spouse. What can we know? What can you tell us? What's going to be going on between my group threes and their future spouse leading up to their first date? What's the vibe and energy going to be like between my group number threes and their future spouse leading up to their first date? What can we know? What can you tell us? Messages for my group number threes, please. What's the energy going to be like between my group number threes and their future spouse leading up to their first date? We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Wands in reverse. Our little candle just went out. We'll relight it in a second. We have the Five of Cups in reverse. What's the energy going to be like between my group number threes and their future spouse leading up to their first date? Okay. So this person is not a big talker, or they're not like big into texting. If you guys are like having a good time talking, it's almost like they're keeping something under wraps. This person seems, you know what? No, this person is very private. This is someone who's very private. This could even be someone that you guys stopped talking for a while and now you guys are talking again, or this lingers in this energy of nothing really happening for a little while because this person is a little closed off, or they have like a hard shell to crack. I do think that they are a little bit difficult to get to know, but once you do, it's like they're warm, but so this person feels like pretty distant or pretty reserved. Why the Four of Pentacles? What's the energy between my group number threes and their future spouse leading up to their first date? Why the Five of Cups in reverse? Okay, so this person is really independent, or they're single and independent. But the thing that I'm getting is I don't necessarily think that they ask you out. I think they almost like suggest. There's a feeling here where your first date, I don't know if you know that it's going to be your first date. I can't necessarily tell, but I feel like that's where I'm being led in some kind of way. So I'm just going to put that there for now. Now, something else is this person is very reserved and you're not emotionally open to them, and they're not the most kind of warm and fuzzy towards you either. So, whatever your guys' interactions are, it feels like they're pretty kind of, you know, how's the weather, or business, or this or that. But it's not like we're not being direct about feelings or being interested or going out together. This does feel like you make this person feel better, or you make them feel good, or you cheer them up when they do kind of get to interact with you leading up to your first date. But I don't even necessarily know if you realize that, if you realize that this person is into you. Why the Page of Swords? What's the energy between my group number threes and their future spouse leading up to their first date? Why the Page of Swords? We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse and the Ten of Wands. So this person is really trying. I am getting the energy where I do feel like this person might be trying to work their way back in to your life. Now, the reason I say that is because I do feel, oh, hold on. Where did my, I don't know where my lighter went. Let's light it with one of these. I don't know why I kind of feel like this person, I don't want to say fumbled because I'm not technically seeing it on the table, but I am going to say that I think they need to be a little more direct to let you kind of know that they're interested in you, because I do feel like at some point that could be an issue. All right. Let's put this here. Let's take this one out. All right. Oh, Page of Cups. All right, that's cute. We'll leave that there with Justice reversed. Some of them might even, there might be an apology that's owed, or this person is going to have to get to the point where they have to be a little more direct with the fact that they're trying to ask you out or that they want to hang out with you. Now, let's go back to the suggestion storyline. I haven't forgotten about that, because I do kind of feel like your first date, we lead up to it by almost suggesting. What is that? The power of suggestion or persuasion, something like that, where I wonder if they're almost like kind of nudging or kind of leading the conversation in a way to where then it kind of gives you or leaves you in a spot to be like, oh, hey, well, why don't we just go together? Or why don't, I'm going to be there too. Why don't you just meet me there? That's what I mean by suggesting. Because this person's going to text you or they're going to ask you a question and you're going to be like, oh, why are you going to? That's how this kind of starts, because it's not direct. They're trying to insinuate. Let's see something over here. Why the Four of Pentacles with the Chariot in reverse? What's the energy between my group threes and their future spouse leading up to their first date? Why the Four of Pentacles with the Chariot in reverse? Six of, yeah, this is them trying to go somewhere without, like, it's like, let's be mutual about it. If I say this, chances are group three will say this, and then group three might suggest that we do it together. Oh, you're going too? Oh, you know what? Parking's going to be crazy. How are you getting there? What if we ride together? Something like that, right? And it's coming from both sides. It's not just this person. Why the Five of Cups in reverse with the Queen of Cups? Yeah, because you're happy to be like, oh, yeah, yeah, we should. Yeah, let's do that. I think you're happy to like see this person too. But I can't tell if you feel romantically interested in them or if you just feel this pull towards them, or what this is, because you guys are both kind of acting funny towards each other. Tell me why the King of Swords with the Nine of Pentacles. Three of Swords. Oh, there could be family involved or children. One more. Feeling defeated. It could be that there's other people there, or there's like community. And you're like, yeah, we're all going. And then this person's little balloon deflates when they hear you say all of us are going. It could be something like that, because there's something here about the communication between you and this person. You could even be going somewhere and then this person says, I'm going to go there too. And then you're like, okay, let's meet up. And then when you're there, you're like, oh, I wonder if we're going to end up meeting up. Again, it doesn't feel like we're saying, hey, I want to take you out, or hey, let's go do this together. Why the Page of Swords with the Seven of Pentacles? Two of Wands. Anything else? Three of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it feels like this is someone that I don't think that you feel it's really going to go anywhere, or there's a lot here that you and them maybe aren't really kind of being direct about leading up to your first date. There's like no vulnerability between you guys. So maybe you guys are like friends or you know each other from somewhere. All right. Pisces, Leo, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Cancer coming through. All right. Let's see what your first date's going to be like. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number threes, please. Messages for my group threes. What's their first date with their future spouse going to be like? What's their first date with their future spouse going to be like? What's going to happen? What can they expect? Their first date with their future spouse? What can my group number threes expect? What's going to happen on their first date together? What are they going to do? What can we know? Can you tell us? My group number threes, first date with their future spouse. What are they going to do? What's their first date going to be like? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number threes. 10 of Wands. Oh, man. The pressure is on. Wow. So there's a lot of chemistry here. But this person, they are... Yeah, it feels like this hanging out with them kind of changes everything. Like if you weren't sure if they were attracted to you or into you before, they're going to make it known. And this almost happens just between you and them. I can't tell if it's secretive or if you guys are, I don't know. It feels like it's something that's just between you two. Why the 10 of Wands? Messages for my group number threes. What are they going to do on their first date? How's their first date going to go? Why the 4 of Wands? Or why the 10 of Wands? Sorry. The Tower. They're going to surprise you. They're going to take you somewhere that you haven't done in a long time, or you haven't gone here in a while. And you're game. You're like, yeah, let's go. Again, I don't know if you realize that this is a date. Why the Knight of Wands in reverse? Yeah, because you guys are having a good time. This does feel like it's at nighttime. And this does feel like it. Well, let's keep it going. Tell me about the 10 of Wands with the Tower. The longer you and this person are together, the more you, like the sexual tension is rising, or the more you realize that they are into you, even though you're still trying to keep your guard. Yeah, this person's going to make it very clear to you. So this almost feels like we were hanging out and then it turns into our first date. This is not giving the energy that you knew that this was going to be your guys' first date. You're out doing something else, or you were already going, or you guys, yeah, you were ending up at the same party or the same event, something like that. And then this turns into you and them. Tell me about this King of Wands with the 4 of Cups in reverse. So if you thought that they were passive before, they're going to show you a different side to themselves. Yeah, there's a lot of sexual tension between you and this person. You guys might also go somewhere that it's crowded, but it's fun. But more so than anything, there's going to be something that happens between you and this person while you're hanging out, even if other people are there. And it's almost like you're going to lock eyes and you're going to know. This is the group that if out of the three, if anyone hooks up with their future spouse on the first night, it's going to be you. If you know that's not you, then you know it's not you. But out of all the groups, this one's the most, the highest probability. Look at 3 of Cups. You guys might go, maybe you're going out, you're celebrating somewhere. It could be a celebration. There could be music or dancing or, drinking or just having a good time. Yeah, a lot of you, there might be like live music. It is giving that. And if there is live music and you're just enjoying it with this person, it's like they get a little, I'm going to say handsy, but not in an uncomfortable way. This would just mean you're becoming highly aware that their hand is, you know, around your shoulders. Their arm is around your shoulder, but now their hand is like resting on your arm. Or they have a hand on your knee. Or they're kind of rubbing their thumb on you, on your hand. You know, there's some kind of something here. If you guys are dancing, this person is really getting close to you, trying to touch, trying to get familiarize themselves with you. So it's going to be very obvious. Look at, and then here you are. You're like, oh, you get all awkward. The Queen of Swords, Two of Cups, the Death card. You're saying, oh shit. We're the Nine of Wands with the Seven of Wands in reverse. My group number 3 is their first date with their future spouse. Yeah, you're saying, oh shit. So you come out starry-eyed, bitch. You're going to be razzle-dazzled in a good way. You're going to be sparkly-eyed coming out of this date. Yeah, you're going to have, so we're not going to call this your first date, because this isn't your first official date. This is the first time you hang out with this person. And this is how you're going to know that they're into you. And you didn't realize it. Or maybe you did, but you were gaslighting yourself into thinking that, no, they're not into me. They're just like that with everyone. Or I'm this, I'm that, or they're this and that. This is going to be the time that kind of shakes you. It shakes you awake. It really does. And you're like, oh shit. And then you end up, you're going to fall in love with this person this night. You are. There's something here about what you guys do, how they make you feel. And you're going to keep thinking about an ex. I hate to say it, but a lot of you are going to think about an ex, not in a bad way, but in a how it used to be and how good this feels. It's like there's comparisons going on for some of you during the date, for some of you after, whatever it is. But there is a past energy here that it comes up and you're like, this is completely different. This is how it should be. This is what feels right. All right. For some of you, not for everyone, but for some of you, this person could be making something up to you. They're going to be very sweet to you. Very, very sweet. If anything, I think they're almost going to be like a schoolboy, schoolgirl with a crush, being very sweet, where they might do gestures that others haven't done towards you in a while. This isn't going to be someone like, this is when you see their warm side and their passionate side. This is someone that I'm getting touch. This person likes touch. They like to touch and to be touched. So yeah, they might, if you guys are dancing, they might want you to put your hands on them. I know for sure they're going to want to put their hands on you. So this changes everything. Okay. Now, after this, your next date, I think that is probably more of a planned thing, or that starts your journey with this person. I don't know, but this does not feel like your first official date to me. This feels like the first time you hang out with them and it turns into a date. All right. This person might even end up spending a little too much money this night. Heavy on the Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. We also have Cancer. And heavy on the Scorpies with that Tower. Oh, and the Death card. Yeah, so very sexual, lots of sexual chemistry and energy here. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised to hear that you guys are the ones that go for it on night one. My group number 3 is, let's get you guys some oracle cards, and we're doing charms today. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number 3s. Their first date with their future spouse. What can we know? What can you tell us? Thank you, Spirit. We have past life relationship. I could see that. Soulmate energy for sure. Very familiar as well. This isn't the first time we dance. This isn't the first time we touch each other. It's not the first time. Even if technically it is, it feels very familiar. We have flirt. So you guys are flirting and it becomes very obvious that they're into you. We have give your relationship a chance. This person makes you hopeful and let go of control issues. So yeah, I definitely feel like the first time you guys hang out, it's going to be an eye-opening experience for you, my group number 1s. This person has been into you, but I don't know if they've shown you that. All right, let's get you guys some charms. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number 3s. All right, The first one I see is the snake, which talks about shedding and growth, transformation. All right. Then we have Prince wearing the third eye sunglasses to protect his third eye. We're going to leave this here. Past life relationship. Your third eye could awaken with this person, or you'll recognize them. We have the Sacred Heart with the dagger going through it. So lots of passion, lots of love, and possibly some pain. We have Sad Girl Sally. She's come out in all groups. So um, the Sally, I always like to remember how like Sally mended herself. She would literally rip her arms off if she needed to, jump out the window and then sew them back on. So there's something here about regenerating and growth. Maybe your sadness and this person's sadness recognize each other. Maybe you guys have been through some tough things. And then we have Nurse Marge. Someone could have a lot of tattoos. Someone could work in healthcare. The Simpsons coming through, 90s kid. Then we have the Bat and the Cat. The kiss can be even deadlier. So you guys are more than likely going to be making out with this person at minimum this first time that you guys hang out. We have the Scorpion. Again, there's this energy here of a lot of seduction, a lot of passion, very sexual. Aquarius energy as well coming through. And then we have Love is a Drug. So maybe under the influence, but again, lots of passion here in this group. We have Stumptown Coffee. So meeting as friends, you're going to go into this date, quote unquote, thinking that you guys are just friends. You're going to walk out of it realizing that, whoops, there's more to it than here. We have 333, so angel numbers. You might want to look that up and see what comes up for you. And then we have tacos. So you could be having a late night with this person and picking up some tacos afterwards, or maybe one of those delicious bacon wrapped street dogs that we have here in our beautiful city of Los Angeles. My group number threes. That is what I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed your reading. I hope it resonated when and if the time comes, of course. I appreciate you guys being here so much. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys.